I picked him as my sleeper for this year, and now I'm very upset because everybody wants to be catching on, you know? It's going to ruin it my fantasy draft.
All right, so I think we might have to reconsider him as a sleeper. You feel like there's enough buzz around Calvin Ridley. What strengths of wide receivers beyond Calvin Ridley, who obviously can play a big role in that Jacksonville offense? Many are predicting where that year for Pierce. To be clear, I'm not. I don't think he should be drafted. But he is inside my top 10. What's a turn? At this point, there's not enough mouths to feed. Not enough mouths to feed. Jefferson went out. Wilson, he did some time with his an ankle injury.
What the
fuck, dog? Dog, what are you doing?
I'm looking for about round 7.
This was a minor thing. Already back in
Who's best player?
This week. It was a very mild ankle sprain when it happened, and
You two alone on
nothing to
shit.
worry about. Nothing to see here, and I love being able to say that about one injury at least.
Nothing to see here unless we go toward 11 to 20. The next tier of wide receivers on those guys is DK Metcalf.
Forgot this ain't live. This is going to be seen and studied at a later date. I might have to get closer.
Unlucky in the touchdown department. I'll take touchdowns. That's where well last year. Every had a kind of expected total because he had 24 end zone targets. That's ridiculous. He has nothing more than any other player in the entire NFL. They forced that in the bunker of noise. It didn't really work last year. But
Hey, where's Mabel? Where's Mabel? So I just leave a digital imprint. Whoever gets my life accumulation award.
We talked earlier about how coaches really don't have to say much. Injury reports aren't out, so you can say things like undisclosed tightness, which is how they describe Tyler Lockett's situation.
Football.
He's earned the right to take it a little bit easy in the preseason. Your 30-year-old wide receiver who's a star for their team. That's how you make sure you're healthy when you get to week 1.
But run quarterback, I mean, boom, boom, boom.
At least 1,000 yards from scrimmage. Tyler Lockett will be fine in the season.
When I was growing up in Massachusetts and Pete Carroll was still coaching the Patriots, I broke my leg and he was like, no, all indications are no big deal. It's just a leg. Don't really need one. Take it back on the field next
All the optimism that Pete Carroll always has. I think all the running back injuries like year in and year out have probably gotten to him, and he now actually acknowledges the guys are serious.
All right, Michael, let's go to wide receiver 31 through 40. Michael Pittman was a late round investment. Well, late round, where it belongs. Later, nothing going as high as we had him like last year. Where he is right now. I'm just not in here. I'm really worried about the volume of this new look Colts offense. I mean, I've been projected for over 100 fewer pass attempts this season, but the Anthony Richardson there is going to design runs. He's going to scramble and be conservative with the rookie quarterback in there. And look, last year, Pittman had a ton of volume. He was basically top 10 across the board in all receiver categories. He had 2 top 12 fantasy leagues. He was outside the top 20 in fantasy points per game for the 3rd straight year. And now you're telling me the volume's going to go down in this offense? I remember I dressed him last year. Except for Zito. It was your fault. He was not great last year. Quarterback play certainly does matter as it pertains to wide receivers.
What's crack-lacking? Yeah, we're doing a fantasy draft like practice right now. Yeah. I don't know what pick. I find out the night of. The 2 leagues I've ever won in were first year I was in them. Otherwise, I don't win. I have a plan this year. I think it's foolproof. Quarterback right away.
So good to see him back in Buffalo and happy as well. It's fun to be part of that team.
Yep.
They lost 3 games last year in the regular season by 8 points. I think we're underrated the Buffalo Bills going into the season. Much more from gaming Woody. So for the next 26 hours, coming
Make
on
a trade.
Football Now season preview show, we're talking quarterback.
Because I would lobby Mahomes to start handing the ball off. Doing all that or handing it off, just like, I don't know.
All fantasy positions are
I'd be like, yo, Mahomes, can you like just don't throw for like 400 yards, just like do like a 250?
Running back value drops off quickly, and if you don't use the early round stock up,
He rode a bull. Oh, I thought a live bull. I was like, dang, he's like risking injury. Why would he? He, I don't know. He shouldn't have done that. Do you think he should have?
You need deep talent at both positions to survive a long season. Be patient at quarterback. Sure, we'd all love to have
Tom Brady wouldn't do that, would he? You get drunk.
18 different quarterbacks average more than 15 fantasy points per game. And of the 15 players who appeared on the most championship round teams in 2022, just 2 of them were quarterbacks. Yes, you can win your fantasy league with an hour person from home.
He did. Oh, yeah, somebody caught it.
Drafting tight end first or last. Tight end has a top tier of one. And then a group of solid.
He got dented or something. Yeah, they beat the Patriots and Brady, and then got. Oh my God, my cat is foaming at the long drool hanging down her mouth. I should probably clean that up. Hold up 1 second. I'm just gonna put on speaker. Smokey, let me clean that shit off. That was good timing. I had a good setup there. Quick cleanup. I had a rag down to be my cup thing for instead of condensation. Oh yeah, and doing my YouTube live presidential practice where I can analyze myself the next day. Yeah, I'm Blunt Master P. I'm here to inspire the youth and make everyone's bank accounts grow. Just being all knowing and God's candidate is how we go about it. Oh, I think they're good now. The cats are good now. Yeah, now I got Smokey a friend, and now I think they're finally over there hiding and fighting for now. That was intense. It was intense. I had to turn music up and just. Intense. Right. My plan is to pick Mahomes and Kelsey. And then I got pick Mahomes and Kelsey. There's a story behind the Hall of Fame connection. I stay away from too many weapons on San Fran. Not really. I don't think he's big enough at tight end. He's just he can get hurt too much. I had him 1 year and he was hurt. He has injuries part of football, but not my players. Yeah. That guy's like suspended. Oh, he's not suspended anymore. They're friends now.
Yep.
Go for Darren Waller, 2 tight ends. Oh shit! I freaking set my plans, and now if anybody watches me, they can know my fantasy football, how I'm drafting. Yup. Alright. Yeah, I know. But it's all good. Nobody gets in trouble on YouTube because I keep my stuff only presidential campaigning. It's impossible. It's live. You're not on anything. You're not on video. Nobody knows who this is.
I like that phone. I got a great price on it.
This is what happens when Joe Biden's president. He goes after American citizens for no reason. All right.
Save more on what they love with everyday great prices at Chewy. Steve? My name is Steve too. This is crazy, man. This is unbelievable. What are the odds? We're thick as Steve. You believe in fate, Steve? Eliminator question. How can you relate to just about anyone? Hey, do you like Jefferson this week? Answer, ESPN Fantasy Football. Oh, that's a good call, Steve. Are we talking PPR league? No, we're talking full PPR. Oh my gosh. When you get my iPhone 14 Pro and iPad, make sure you get them on Spectrum Mobile. Because you can take amazingly detailed photos using the 48 megapixel camera on iPhone 14 Pro, like that one. Then use Spectrum Mobile's super fast 5G network to send them to all of your friends. And you just sit back and let the comments roll in. 13 likes. Is there? Oh, 3. 3 likes. Tough crowd. Get iPhone 14 Pro and iPad on Spectrum Mobile's powerful 5G network. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today. Bango, car buying can be a real pain, but at Cunis, they make it easy. I just put in my desired payment, how much I want for my trade, and submit my deal. No trips to the dealership, no hassle. I just take my best shot. The Cunis Auto and RV Group, proud official partner of your Milwaukee Bucks.
1,171,450 drafted teams, almost 100,000.
Shit, people get scared when they stand next to me.
How exciting is this? Welcome back. I'm here with Liz Loza and Eric, who will be answering the questions off of the Internet Machine. Eric, this first one is going to come from Optimistic Finch fan. All right, question is, how confident are you that Stevenson will dominate the backfield in New England? In his last 7 games, he had 10 carries or less in 5 of them, and then 2 receptions or less in 4 of those games as well. Oh, only 1 touchdown in those 7 games. This guy sounds like a very big pessimist for Ramondre Stevenson, Eric. How do you feel about it, especially now that we have another back in New England?
We have news, but you know what? I'm still very optimistic about Washington. Still very comfortable with Red and Argentina. One thing that's very intriguing is look back to last year from 5 through 15. So Elliott and order in 20. Sure. The toughest, but just look at enough to be a solid arm. So hey, I'm still in and I'm optimistic.
Still in on Ramondre Stevenson. All right. This one comes from Fantasy Football CU. Who are your favorite running back, handoff / late round running backs that could be very valuable if things go right? Mine is Tajay Spears and Bears. Rashawn Johnson, Liz, I think that was very specifically for you. But do you have someone that you like as an insurance back or a late line runner?
Well, first of all, I love an educated player, and I also like Rashawn Johnson, but do not sleep on Khalil Herbert. He has great value. I'm very optimistic. Last preseason game, he looked like fire. But you want a couple of other names? Give me Zach Charbonnet in Seattle. How about I also like Jerome Ford, but keep an eye on his hamstring there
I'm
in
going to
Cleveland.
just in case anything happens there with Javonte Williams as well.
And Tyler Algier. I mean, you have a lot of draft capital that you're going to spend on Bijan Robinson, and he did not have a bad year last year.
That is right. All right. Really good questions. Keep them coming on the Internet Machines. Coming up, though, if you invested in Russell Wilson last year, we hope you at least avoided a last-place punishment in your league. And Sean Payton turned things around in Denver. We're going to discuss it. Coming up next.
Michelin keeps innovating so the world can move in better ways. Michelin, motion for life. If you just set out to build an electric car, that's all it'll ever be, an electric car. But the Polestar 2 is something more. Every detail designed to be quietly distinctive. Polestar 2, the way electric cars should be. Visit Polestar.com to test drive and order today.
Roast Brooklyn. Man, you're lucky. Watching live sports never used to be this easy. Now you can stream all your games with nothing. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Running up and down that field looks tough. It's tough.
Get way more into what you're into when you stream on the Xfinity 10G network.
Total by Verizon is wireless that goes all in with our no contract unlimited plan for just $25 a month. Plus Disney Plus. Now for limited time, there's free Samsung Galaxy A13 5G when you switch. Only at Total by Verizon.
Dude, you've like been not knowing what's going on for how long? You on camera, bro. You're supposed to be doing a presidential thing. That's how you warm up, I guess, behind the scenes access to the transparent #1 president of all time.
Yes, sir.
I am the president.
You've earned this, so hold it up. You're not just a store clerk, you're a line cook, floor guy, sometimes therapist, a one-person operation at the heart of the neighborhood. You are a fighter. This is your role. Without Marco fight.
Always a happy one for unites the nation. No matter if you like a popsicle or double bacon, we can agree there's a Whopper for you. 200,000 ways, boom, there's the pro.
Having your way.
I'm sending you a secret out. OnStar, better never stop. For over 25 years, Lovesac has been rewriting the rules of comfort. It's okay to change your style. Get messy. Get immersed. With Lovesac, you make the rules. Golf is sending its best forward.
You two are friends now. I'm so happy, Smokey. Right? Aren't you happy too, baby? Smokey. Let me wipe the rest of you. Right? Smokey. Smokey, come here. Hey. There's some drool.
You're not striving for a championship for perfection. What are you doing?
Smokey D, guys.
So Buffalo uses him as a runner. He's the most indefensible quarterback in football. Lamar Jackson is solely focused on winning. And I believe having a guy like that who clearly wants to prove that he can win in this league is going to be huge for the team offensively.
Who's ever winning in the league is gonna get him money.
Oh, wait, it was me. That guy would be number one amongst quarterbacks. We could put those kind of hairs later on, bro. So Justin Fields comes in after the big
She's a warden,
You'd
dude.
be surprised if Daniel Jones is in, well, comes close to into that top 10 spot there. Now we get 11 through 20, and we have people that maybe matter more for Super Flex League. If you're a Kenny Pickett believer, he is now number 19, perhaps the next quarterback to make that second league. Quarterback who is most polarizing, at least in terms of potential upside here, is truly humble by low. He comes in as quarterback coach. He could be a boom or bust year for the Dolphins. Quarterback here. Now, here in the film room, I've got Stefan more on to it. We talked a lot about Jesus, about health, with humble by low, how difficult that is to evaluate. What do you want to make sure people know about his particular?
This is not a quick decision. I mean, Jim consulted with multiple medical specialists, all of whom steered him to return to play, by the way. He talked it over with his family. And then he undertook some additional training in the offseason. getting into martial arts to learn, quote, how to fall better. All of his concussions from a blow head to the ground. And there's really something to that. We
Cheap
talk
shot
about
it.
physical therapy and performance training about teaching people how to fall. So I think he has to put a lot into it, and he's at peace with that decision.
Yeah.
And as long as he is, everybody else should be too. And I will tell you this, going on to Dolphins camp, everyone on that team is feeling
Hey,
like he is
lay it on
at
the table.
peace right now. He is watching, he is laser focused, he is leading the team in ways that they hadn't heard. Remember, we were talking last year about his rumors last year for him. And when he started, I think he answered a lot of the naysayers. And it was really just the injury thing that basically ended his season in an unfortunate way. So I think he's ready to pick up where he left off with Lee playing well.
Okay, the Dolphins opened the season with the Chargers and the Patriots, both games on the road. Let's talk more quarterbacks today, Woody, and see what he is. I had to guess because he spent a lot of time on Get Up.
Smokey, that's your sister Lee.
Rodgers going to the Jets this offseason.
New York guys are just
Mike
cats.
Greenberg. Should you be eyeing Rodgers as your quarterback in fantasy this season, or what are you expecting out of A-Rod in his first year?
She just wants to play, Smokey. Let her play.
He's going to go score shirts this year. He has a lot of things in his favor. Number one, this is his show. This is his offense. You know, Nathaniel Hackett, who was with A-Rod when he won his last 2 MVPs. They're going to be running the same type of offense that they ran in Green Bay. Obviously, you know they're going to have Garrett Wilson, the offensive rookie of the year from last year, who I expected to go off and explode in this offense with Aaron Rodgers. I think the one thing that you got to watch out for with the New York Jets, particularly offensive line.
Smokey, isn't she nice? She good. She your friend.
Aaron Rodgers could put up silly numbers this year.
Let's go to Denver, where Russell Wilson produced unlimited frustration for those of us who had him.
She hasn't seen the outside for a while.
And of course, Broncos fans. Do you think they'll turn things around with Sean Payton now in town?
Well, Phil, I mean, listen, he's the only place he can go is up. He was his future last
Did you
year
want to come here?
in that offense with the Denver Broncos.
Smokey.
I think the one
Hey,
thing you got to watch
don't
out
do
for
that.
Sean Payton, you know, as it relates to Russell Wilson. Can Russell Wilson play
Oh.
within structure? And the structure of
Hey,
that offense,
man.
timing and rhythm is a big key to that passing attack. We saw it for years with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Can Russell Wilson have that timing and rhythm out in Denver?
Things are certainly looking a little bit up in Denver, but still some question marks until we have seen it on the field. What is exactly the most red-hot start during the preseason?
Leave Lee alone, Smokey. She just wants to play. Let's get some toys. Where's that toy at?
Opening night still weeks away, but it's never too early to start talking.
Toys,
Back now on play
toys.
for our daily fantasy quarterback preview for Week 1, brought to you by DraftKings. Like, do me a favor and give us a couple quarterback options that we could play in Week 1. Well, the first one is right in front of you, Geno Smith at 6,100, ninth in pricing.
Yeah, that was the best puncher ever. Panthers football. I got the job because I kicked the spiral punt on practice day. Went the furthest and it was a pure spiral. Tell me why I should have never punted again. I should have just ran with the ball. Only way I was going to score.
In the NFL, right? DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and the rookie Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they're going up against
Fuck am I punting for? I'm going to phone Michael Vick.
I don't think that I'm going to say, let's see, Garrett.
Neither of us did it.
I think he's on one side, Dan Platts is on the
Well,
other.
took the fall.
That's the Rams' score. So we like, it's a great matchup. The Rams are in trouble on the defensive side of the ball. Yet they still have Aaron Donald. Still big trouble. Yeah, you've been talking to in fantasy focus this year that the Rams might be one of the worst defensive units in the league. So Geno at 6,100 for Week 1. Not a bad option. If we wanted to go a little bit cheaper, though, find some other places to pay up, what do you like at the quarterback position from the cheaper position? How about this one? Sam Howell making his second start for the Washington Commanders. Look, among the 26 projected starting quarterbacks in Week 1, only Colt McCoy is priced lower than Sam Howell. That's the guy we know that'll add value. Final season at UNC ran for over 1,000 yards. We saw that. He had a rushing touchdown in his first start last season. So he's kind of a sneaky play here. And again, he's at home, going up against Arizona. Let's play the same game. Name a Cardinals quarterback, Daniel. I'm pretty sure
Why are we talking about Sam Howell right now? I mean, is the NFL really?
I mean, again, it's at home. They're traveling across the country. They have problems in the secondary.
Is this like backup quarterback fantasy football?
Really nice quarterback options. We will talk a little later in the show. Values at other positions.
DraftKings is the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. And all fantasy players can play free for the $1 million top prize when you make your next deposit. Sign up with code MARATHON.
The relapse last call.
Where are you going? We have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. That's the old me. Before I started taking Zeposia. Is that just one pill? Once a day. Old me is still catching up. But the Zeposia me.
Dang, I could like, if I had a TV, you can see what I had on my TV.
You're making the shortest girl today, right? That was Zeposia.
Don't take Zeposia if you've had a heart attack, chest pain, stroke, or mini stroke, heart failure in the last 6 months, irregular or abnormal heartbeat, if you have untreated sleep apnea, or just MAOI. Zeposia may cause serious side effects, including infections that can be life-threatening and cause death, slow recovery, liver or breathing problems, increased blood pressure, macular edema, swelling, and damage to the brain blood vessels.
Let's just have fun. Forget about that shit that's on there. Shit got you more fun. We gotta capture it. Shit, we can't be all knowing the cameras. And we gotta play it natural and cool.
Ask your doctor about once daily Zeposia.
I started Ultramar to help the families of all of Today, we celebrate.
I love playing golf video games. Look, kitty. Mabel. Kitty. Are you and Smokey friends now? You and Smokey friendly? Smokey, this is Mabel. I'm so glad you two are friends. Smokey, do you want from here? Smokey. You and Mabel are friends? Are you and Mabel friends? Yeah, you and Mabel. Lean. She's your sister. I got her for you. Right, Lean? I got you, Lean, for Smokey. Yeah, you two are going to be good friends. Smokey and Lean. Smokey and Lean. Smokey and Lean. We the Trippy King. I'm so happy for you, Smokey. Now you won't be alone ever. You'll have me or you'll have Lean. Ow. She told you to bite me?
We can use Scoop Squeeze mouthwash concentrate. Just add water. Squeeze to control the strength of your mouthwash. And find a zone all your own. Scoop Squeeze.
Going back to school. Someone's gonna have to watch me in the afternoon. We're talking about like sex. We got her from Care.com.
At Care.com, you can search for after-school help like babysitters, childcare centers, and tutors. Visit Care.com today.
Good drive here. Second shot coming up. Let's check in with a few
Okay.
Yeah, this is why so taller. Why receiver?
Smokey, how about we make a deal? I brush you 3 times a day.
It's sort of like if I went on ayahuasca. I have one regret about this old draft, Mike, and it's the fact that I'm here in this room with you guys. I couldn't walk
It's
through
what?
this live and cover the job. Here's the thing for yourself. Did you think that ayahuasca call a year in advance? I don't want to say that I'm the one that like got Aaron Rodgers into it, but I'm just saying.
You're also not the one that got it.
That is accurate. That is accurate.
Actually, my first year of fantasy football, my first year, 19 years old. Aaron Rodgers' first year starting quarterback. My name on my team was A-Raj, number 12, the man. And then I won that league. Won the league. I was Aaron Rodgers' first biggest fan in Packerland. I valued not turning the ball over.
That does look nice. All right, let's move ahead. 9th pick for someone that we care about. Fields, yes. That's the opposite. Yeah, picking Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's going to fall all the way to 9. Cooper Kupp fell all the way to 9 a couple days ago.
Guys, honestly, I'm hearing rumors that Cooper Kupp wants to be traded to the Lakers. So you guys think that everybody's got in mind. He wants to trade. He wants to go to different one.
All right. Let's keep on moving. Fields with the 9th pick. Who's going to be sniping Fields from the 8th spot? Mike Clay! Yeah!
Go. This is not too early for getting stuff. Bird is you gotta get that top picker, right? Who's running for him. All right, good.
With the 7th overall pick for Mike Clay, Stephania Bell home run right here.
All 49ers. Stephania did get all 49ers and Jeff for Fournette.
All right, next overall pick. Listen, captain my captain last year, and Russell Wilson was not fucking ready to start calling. All right. It's this avatar. About that again. That is a pretty great looking avatar. That's a lot of work. All right, I got the 6th spot.
Yes. That's my 4th birdie in a row. I'm on fire. Somebody tell him stop, drop, and roll. I'm still too cool. I'm too cool. Now it's on my par 314. Bigger than the game. I concussion at 4 years old. I would have took anybody out. Anybody but me.
You don't think so? No. Okay. Get someone that hasn't been taken. There will be a top 2 pick in every draft.
I think I could have been a pretty good wide receiver. Good run blocker.
The number 2 overall pick in this year's draft, Liz Loza.
They got all of your piercings, and I know you're good making on the app.
Yeah. Yeah, because you and Smokey are friends.
Join the ESPN Marathon Mock Draft and have the first overall pick. Number 1 overall pick. The best part about it is that we all know who's going to draft based on which shirt she comes on. It's fantastic. So I love that. Curveball, Josh Ball. Jump over that. You can catch us back here tomorrow as we run through our draft to be at 7 p.m. on ESPN Eastern. You can watch us over on ESPN Plus Field. We're going to challenge and even more. Not be like every team with a real NFL draft when they've had 6 months to decide who they're going to take. And they still take 9 minutes and 45 seconds to make that pick, and even faster than that tomorrow. We can promise you that. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot. It's great.
Am I allowed to jump on Hagel again this year, or is that when you're taking off the board?
Absolutely. That's a great position.
Definitely.
You open pick that you are as excited about as you were for Russell Wilson. If you think Dalton Kincaid is your late round flyer, you have to literally jump to it. Dalton Kincaid, no, it's Sam Laporta. What are you talking about? Boy, you just like up the hill. You can't jump to a game.
two, honestly, at number 3, you thinking about taking somebody that like running back, wide receiver? Which way you want to go here? Well, it's pretty simple to me, right? There are 3 obvious selections at the top of every draft. Austin Eckler ahead of Christian McCaffrey. I don't know Austin Eckler too, but in my mind, Christian McCaffrey is the guy that I would take ahead of Eckler. I would, and so Jefferson, Chase,
Good
McCaffrey,
spot.
whoever
Smokey, you should look out the window.
I already love the idea of sitting next to Adam Schefter, so I'll be looking over his shoulder to text the whole time.
That's right. Yeah.
Also, I love that we're not going to have to squabble over which of these running backs because I'm imagining Anita's going to walk into the studio wearing a
No, it's probably not
take Justin Jefferson and
possible
take
for
my old friend,
somebody like me to run and win for president. It'd be a lot boringness, you know, it'd just be me. It wouldn't be nobody else. It'd just be me. God, all is possible. Even better weather. Gooder roads. Hard hits back in football. Let's wear pads again. I didn't want to see some ballerinas. Shit's sickening. I fucking damn near give my life for the NFL, and then they turn it into a sissy league. Run the fucking ball. You go over the middle, you should be ready to get hit. It's part of football.
How does doing one shampoo conditioner even work? Something on your mind. Chew on it.
Geico makes car insurance easy. As easy as getting stuffed up during allergy season.
That's why we call it. I stop and smell everything. The smell of fresh cut grass. My coffee in the morning. The hot dog smell of the hot dog guy. You did this to me.
With an app that puts your policy in your pocket, it's easy to get now.
You're too around me.
Hello, welcome to the Golf Matching Order, please. We'll do more quarter pounder with cheese. Royal with cheese.
Michelin is investing in plastic recycling to repurpose waste into tires starting in 2024.
Smokey. It's all good now?
Motion for life.
I started
You did your thing?
to help the families with fallen veterans. Today, we celebrate over 44,000 scholars.
You should play with Mabel. I gotta play this video game. You and Lane should play with that spinny ball thing on the track. I think it lights up.
These are incredible things. You're going to be forced to make split-second decisions that could cost you your life. Whether you like it or not, you are in this race. Get out of fight! Give it enough, baby. You can earn your insurance.
After 11,000.
Not just me, for under 11K, the rest of you.
Earn your competency-based masters at University of Phoenix.
So much anticipation for this night. This is unbelievable.
The Volkswagen Tap. German engineering, everyone can live in.
Yeah. Got a kid named Lane. Trying to get some models, you know, Maybelline. You know, models with some makeup on, you know. Oh shit.
What can I make fresh for you today?
It's nice
Get all dolled up.
We're glad to see you.
Looking
And I
like,
appreciate that they use real
yeah.
ingredients like fresh
Yo,
beef and
play the
good
game.
frozen cheese.
The frozen custard is
Play
so
the
fresh
game.
and creamy. It tastes like it was made just for us.
Don't make me
It's our
say
pleasure.
sticky.
Just spending time with family. That's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Generation.
Intuitive Citrus Stars and the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
I think he's the most complete back in football. Running, catching. I honestly think the running game is going to come back. How many running back spots will be back? There he goes. This is the brother that had 1,800 yards rushing. Those are running back to the top of your draft board. We had three independent football marathon. Adam Jefferson begin with Ralph and Cook wearing broken the AFC East, which already was a division that even tougher today. Calvin took the Blues for a 1-year deal with the New York Jets worth like $8.6 million. There are about $1.6 million worth of incentives in there, but the fact of the matter is, Calvin Cook winds up in New York. Let's be very clear about this. Aaron Rodgers gave back money to the New York Jets. And part of the reason he gave back money was that they could upgrade their roster and make moves like this. Aaron Rodgers personally reached out to Dalvin Cook, wanted him to be a part of the New York Jets. And I think that his arrival gives them some time to not have to rush back Breece Hall, who I still think is on track to play some in week 1 4 weeks from tonight. But Dalvin Cook is now in New York Jets. We'll talk about the value and scope of these players once we get $7 million with a chance to learn another 1.6. That's real money.
You want to play with toy?
Not going to be a bystander in this offense. I would do evaluate the players beyond football.
String? You want to play a string?
21st now, running back on Dalvin Cook at 27.
Let's use some string.
A little because I think we're going to see a ton of scoring.
The Moles? You want to play Moles?
And then I think it switches in the second half free call.
Smokey, you want to play?
So like a Moles, so think they're
You guys want to play?
I like to remind people that are getting to football, like we have a preseason, but very few players beyond like the top.
Where you land? Where'd you go?
Right, like just for the opportunity to draft and everything, best player in the roster every single week. It may be the Dalvin Cook, you know, starting running backs for the first month, like Mike said, and then by week 10 or 11, you're hoping that you score a touchdown, have 5 catches in a given game. Meanwhile, the inverse would be true there for recall. Not the only running back that can Zeke Elliott got a haircut today. Got a new number 15. They got a new jersey. The New England Patriots reaches agreement on a 1-year deal worth up to $6 million. Now, he still has not signed the contract with New England yet. So he told New England he plans to sign that
Just
deal
my chair.
inside the big
Hey, Smokey.
shifting to New England on Saturday, July 29th. They went to dinner that night with Mac Jones. Ramondre
Be good. Don't get too close.
Zeke Elliott comes in. He compliments Ramondre Stevenson. I think Ramondre Stevenson is still the lead back, but Zeke Elliott gives him a little bit of depth, and it looks like he comes in there wanting to.
She just wants to play, okay? Sorry about that.
Let's talk more about these running backs.
Smoky.
The guys that are in the top 5.
I'm glad you're letting her play. That really means a lot to me. Okay, Smokey? I don't want this cat to be ugly and high. You don't have to be nice to her, but eventually it'll be nice. I know you're a good motherly figure to this cat. This cat's gonna be a really good cat. Like, you know what I'm saying, Smokey? You're a really good cat, so I know that Lee's gonna be a really good cat too.
With each game that he misses, he will be forfeiting almost $600,000 in a weekly game check. So something tells me we'll see him just get enough time to play every one of those.
Sipping on lean,
Jonathan Taylor, back in Indianapolis.
hidden green.
Ankle specialist in New York. I think he's got ankle injury. I think he's got contract. I think he's got a whole slew of things
right now, not the least of which is
Want to come up here?
Indianapolis. He wants to be traded, or he wants a new deal. And the Colts
We can go to the bathroom.
wanted to do
Don't
either
go be on the
of those.
TV.
And until they either pay him or trade him,
Good kitty.
this is a situation that they're watching, especially with fantasy football draft. All of a sudden feels more
Fantasy football draft is like
How would you advise people to approach Jacobs and Taylor in draft?
I think there's a broader strategy, which is your league commissioner. You go league settings and you change it from 2 running backs to 1 running back in your league because I don't want to draft any running back this year. It's a little momentum across the board, whether it's injuries, contracts, whatever it is. So this is getting tricky. I mean, I have Taylor now at RB9 and Jacobs at RB8, but it's fluid, right? Every day we're waiting for a new report. Same thing that we feel about these guys. 5 Taylor is bounce back for him. But it's tricky right now. Not great for next year. You usually see a pretty substantial drop off in production. So I'm worried right now. If I can find a way to avoid
Hey, I just want to tell y'all,
do that. So try not to cook too much for tomorrow's draft.
Sure.
when it is time to vote for me, this ain't no game. This ain't no nothing. You know, this is a job. It's my job, man. When I motherfucking work, I'm a hard worker. That's what I care. I do. Put pride in my work, and that's all I do. Vote for me. I work for you.
Teammates impact the decisions that players make later in the year. And somebody in this particular situation, I think it's hard to rely on
Everybody should
them.
be safe. Everybody should be protected. My God.
Also, a legitimate concern about no acclimation to football. If they come in week 1 and all of a sudden they're playing, that's an injury risk, right? Right. So the longer it goes before they're back, the more concerned I get.
Let's go to Seattle, where there were some
You're
injuries
doing
in their
crazy,
back at the
kid.
beginning of training camp. Let's talk about Kenneth Walker the third. What do we need to know about what he has been doing?
So he's out the
Yeah,
first day of
he's
training
here,
camp,
yeah.
sidelined with a groin injury, which the Seahawks called minor, but still it makes
We
me
call
nervous.
you
You understand,
mean.
Seahawks have been burned by running back injuries, which is why they wanted depth at the position. He did come back to practice this past Saturday doing individual work only. I imagine they will progress him up through team drills. Unclear if we'll see him in the preseason, but it's looking like he'll be close to ready for week 1.
For Zach Charbonnet, also part of the backfield there in Seattle. More on running backs. Let's head over to Russell Wilson and Josh Palmer's biggest fan, Daniel Blaswick. Very important guy.
That's right. Thank you so much. All right, so we're here to talk about a few more running backs here with Liz Loza and Eric Moody, as I have been. One of the things that I feel like keeps coming up that was not mentioned, bro, is Nick Chubb. I mean, we've got some concerns about him. What's he going to look like in this now Deshaun Watson-led offense in Cleveland, Liz? Can the ground and pound game match with what Deshaun is going to bring here?
I mean, consistency has been key for Nick Chubb, right? He's missed 7 games over 5 years. I'm going to remind you, he's a running back. He has also been inside the top 10 in terms of fantasy points per game for 4 consecutive seasons. And that's because he's efficient, which is highlighted by his yards per carry average on his career of 5.2. The only thing that we have to complain about with Nick Chubb are the targets, right? So maybe he gets a little bit more with Kareem Hunt, not in the building, but, mobile quarterbacks don't really like to check down. They like to use their legs. So I still think he's a solid top 10 option.
I think that's totally fair. Eric, another running back that we like, a little flip there. What are the expectations for Aaron Jones in Green Bay now that he's got Jordan Love and not Aaron Rodgers under center?
No, I love Aaron Jones this year. He's a solid RB2 in fantasy. One thing about Green Bay, they've invested heavily in their offensive line over the years, and it paid off. That's a group that ended up ranking in the top 10 in run block win rate. So that should continue. Also, you got Jordan Love on the center. First year as a starter. They could lean more on the running game early in the season. But also, I look at this division that they're in, and I'm salivating. So I'm like, they're playing in the NFC North.
You got 2 NFC North being great.
All right. So I'm going to break your heart here. They're playing in the NFC North. None of those defenses have projected to finish.
Blonde right now. That's what I'm wondering.
Also, they've got
She got a good nose,
games
good
in
face,
the
and her
South.
complexion is right for the
Very
connection.
and very running back friendly. So I love Aaron Jones. Don't hesitate to draft him. Solid RB.
Totally fine with the NFC South slander. I don't agree with the NFC North, just for what it is. All right, last year we were really high on Dameon Pierce as well. Mike Play has him at running back 17 right now. Liz, how do you feel about Dameon Pierce in this Texans offense?
Well, here's how I feel about it. Let's talk about Devin Singletary. Murray, who motored his way, get it? No pun intended.
Ah.
Motored his way to back-to-back top 25 positional finishes. Yes, we're not in Buffalo anymore.
Damn, I
but so
want to do
much
this
of Damian
block.
Pearson's value was based on his volume, and that
Dang.
appears to be compromised this year. You add in the fact that this is probably, a 6-win team? And now I'm less excited, so it's hard for me to rank him inside my top 20, given those two caveats.
Fair. All right, a lot of running back conversations. We'll stay in the backfield next. Head to Mr. Bijan Robinson's neighborhood. We're going to be talking pros and cons of taking the Falcons rookie inside the top 10 of your fantasy draft. Coming up next here on the Fantasy Football Marathon.
Can't even see myself. Can't even hear myself.
Continuous rain all day.
You can't count on the weather, but you can count on this and our reliability guarantee. Should you ever lose signal, contact us and we'll credit back your account.
Hey, Dylan, I want your dad to go out and help you practice your sliding.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be outside.
You're a good dad.
Pointing for a bird.
Only for this. Tuned into you.
The future
Got it.
threatened by enemies often unseen and unexpected. In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical because the need to ensure stability for our nation.
So I basically need to hire an assistant to help me cook or something.
There is one constant.
I got food, but I don't make it.
Astapro allergy. Steroid-free allergy relief that starts working in 20
That's a good
minutes.
drive
Other
right
allergy
there.
frees take hours. With Astepro's unbeatably fast allergy relief, you can Astapro and go.
When we announced last call, some people got nervous. They thought we were going to slow down. Pick a gap.
Michelin keeps innovating so the world can move in better ways. Michelin, motion for life.
Papa Johnson's garlic epic stuffed crust pizza is the pizza inspired by our biggest fan. With that garlic flavor you all love. It's the new garlic epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
Total by Verizon is wireless that goes all in with our no contract unlimited plan for just $25 a line. Plus Disney Plus. Now for a limited time, get a free Samsung Galaxy.
That's what I call another birdie.
Total by Verizon.
Well,
That's a long putt.
Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first. And then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
It's that New York City buzz. It's the spark of the crowd. It's seeing the stars and feeling like that. It's fire on the court and off. It's moving with electricity and way beyond. It's edging your feet and upping your feet. It's U.S. Open energy.
All right, so look at these rookies that could make a major impact out of the gates. You've got Anthony Richardson currently as quarterback 17, Jahmyr Gibbs running back 16, and of course, Bijan Robinson, a top 10 pick. You got to figure if he is the third ranked running back amongst consensus rankers here on ESPN. It's time for smart lineup decisions again by Ivy and Watson. We'll talk about how to approach these players, and we have Damian Woody and Bijan Robinson, the 8th overall.
It's your money. Have it when you want it. I just want to say I'm the leader of the Black Movement, BLM, the real BLM. I did like when I was like 20 years old. Used to be all like sounding different, and then I got poisoned by the government. So basically, BLM kiss BLM's ass. I'm gonna fucking slaughter you, fucking fat pigs. And yeah, buy another mansion, fat bitch.
Great stuff there from Damian Woody. More to come from Dean Woody in just a bit. Well, we got play. We've got 1.219 million drafted teams already. Mike, how would your fantasy managers be building around somebody like Bijan Robinson if they do draft him, which of course will be somewhere in the first round? Yeah, I mean, if you're on the clock in the middle of the first round and he's still there, he should be at or near the top of your list. That's where I'll be taking. I'm all in on Bijan Robinson. Look, he's 4.4 wheels at 215 pounds, exceptional rusher, exceptional receiver, and he's going to the run-heaviest scheme in the NFL, right? The Falcons were number one in running back rushing yards last season. I went through it earlier in the show, the history of top 10 running backs, especially over the last decade. Money in the bank for a top 10 fantasy season, literally a 100% hit rate. How often do we say that? Every top 10 running back in the last decade has been top 10 fantasy points as a rookie. So I'll take him all day long. I've heard some concerns from people that, hey, went to the Falcons and they have not maximized Kyle Pitts or Drake London. I'm just here to tell you, it's really difficult to screw up, handed the football off to a running back. Run ball right, run ball left, give the ball to number 7, Bijan Robinson. We should have a special rookie season. And for more on a new feature coming to ESPN Fantasy
Set myself up for very difficult, but
thank you, Field. We have got a new tool to help
didn't have
in
to
your
be this
fantasy
hard.
football team this year.
I
On
totally
ESPN.com. Right now,
overshot
you can answer
the
these questions,
chip.
practice your football timing, and boom, you have yourself a new teammate. All right, here's how it works. First, you got to
Oh my!
Then you pick
Well,
one of
yeah,
the most
par.
heated rivalries in the NFL. Obviously, I picked the NFC East. Then you select how your offense is lining up on 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. I'm going old school with the I formation. All right, halftime. Now we're practicing our timing. As you can see, the ball is going to get hyped. You got to practice your time right there, fam. Look at that snap. Nice job. Next, we're discussing
Now all this shit can't make me want to play Madden 23.
You guys know me. And my favorite football movie is Remember the Titans because I'm a company man, and here it is.
We come
The
to
team
it,
name
God.
is the Lateral Movers. I love
God.
that. Once you have that name generated, head on over to ESPN.com or the ESPN.
My God, what's
Drafting
happening?
today.
Where all the sexy ladies at?
Thousands, millions, already drafting a brand new team name. We'll be right back on.
Got a grandson up in this bitch.
1,221,500 teams drafted, Field Gates. That seems like a lot.
Which I get my website up that you can donate to the charity. Do it to help everybody,
That goes all in for you.
especially the children, so they can be better adults and help all the other children.
No credit checks. Sounds pretty hard to beat, but all in is
We must
all
keep
in.
society going. You don't have to worry about the air we breathe. We have to worry about the people we create.
All in. Total by Verizon. Now, for a limited time, get a free Samsung Galaxy A13 5G mini Switch. Only at Total by Verizon.
Want to know why no one else eats the 75-cent boneless wings? While prices go up, ours dip. Which is, look at that.
4th round, we're going for the
75-cent boneless
victory.
wings from Pizza Hut. That's why no one else
Actually,
eats the Hut.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You're not just a store clerk, you're a line cook, a tour guide, sometimes therapist, a one-person operation that's the heart of the neighborhood. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, mark of a fighter.
With Sling TV bringing you the best price for college football on ESPN, you can take your love of the game to the next level, like these guys. College football you love, the live TV you love. Whopper, Junior Whopper, barbecue, bacon, more cheese, no shocker, however you like to top your Whopper, you know what we'll say, NBA, having your way.
If you just set out to build an electric car, that's all it will ever be, an electric car. But the Polestar 2 is something more. Every detail designed to be quietly distinctive. Polestar 2, the way electric cars should be. Visit Polestar.com to test drive and order today.
It's dangerous. You're going to be forced to make split-second decisions that could cost you your life.
I'm sure I can take it.
I'll play a little Gran Turismo.
That you have what it takes. I know you're scared. I've been scared. But this is your track. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Gran Turismo, based on a true story.
Have you tried new Planters flavored cashews? Rosemary and sea salt. I mean, wow. They'll pack on. Let's go, team. Don't get me started on cinnamon and brown sugar. You got tired.
Calling them the greatest snack ever.
Might be
Yeah,
exaggerated.
that's some good water.
But it also might not be.
Holy shit, body armor.
Surrender to the cashier. I started
Sign me for a contract. I'll do an advertisement for Body Armor Life.
We celebrate over 44,000 scholarships given to those families. Service never stops, and neither will we.
Feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't at its best. But a little Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil psyllium fiber gels to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. So you can light every day the Metamucil way.
Fantasy football season is here. Did you just get the link to join an ESPN Fantasy Football League but don't know where to start? Don't worry, the ESPN Fantasy app is the answer. You can access ESPN Plus tools, cheat sheets, and advice from ESPN's top experts to get ready. You can use the app to invite your friends, run your draft, and customize your league. During the season, use the ESPN Fantasy app to add or drop players, post trades, track your progress, and see where you stand in your league. Download the ESPN Fantasy app and get started now.
All right, I got a couple of those experts here back with Liz Loza and Eric Moody. We're going to take some more of your questions. Eric, let's start with you. All right, Michael wants to know, can Michael Thomas have an injury-free and productive year, say 75 receptions for around 950 yards and 6 or 7 touchdowns? Wow.
Bust
Not
my
only do you
wheel
want to be
pick that.
injury-free, but he's got specifically what he wants here from Michael as far as production. How do you feel about Michael Thomas in the Saints?
I'm not confident in Michael Thomas in the Saints. And if you look at his injury history, I know in the games he played last year, he had a 19.6% target share. That's encouraging. But I imagine the Saints would be like, okay, we got Michael Thomas. He has an injury history. We're going to need to limit the number of snaps that he plays and the number of routes that he runs. And because of that, I don't think he's going to get those numbers there.
That's a lot right there that you're looking for. All right, next one, Liz. This is for you. Ryan wants to know, I'm in a 10-team PPR league. After the 9th round, would you take Romeo Doubs or Sky Moore? Thank you. Got the thank
Romeo.
you in there, Liz. So that's always nice. Which one of these 2 wide receivers do you like?
Well, Ryan, I love the training camp drumbeat that we're hearing on Dubs, but give me the receiver that's attached to Patrick Mahomes here.
It's tough, right?
Yeah.
Sky Moore, we're looking for somebody in this Chiefs offense to be able to do something. It looks like he could potentially be that guy. I like him more than Kadarius Toney, but yeah, that's just yes. All right, Phil, let's send it back on over to you.
Daniel, if we want. Thank you so much, my friend. We had 2 hours down already here. What's on already football now? It went 5. Like that.
Right.
Just like John Bell. Well, not so much. It's a little long off season. There is Mike Clay. She is Stefani Bell. He is Adam Shepard. I am Field Gates. We still have another 25 hours ahead. We're going to have long shots and sleepers and lots of breakouts. Everything in between. We have some news involving the AFC East. Let's start with the New York Jets and just continue to stockpile great players.
Alex, Dalvin Cook wound up with the New York Jets on a 1-year deal. Aaron Rodgers wanted Dalvin Cook there. Dalvin Cook winds up in New York. And exactly 4 weeks from tonight, Dalvin Cook will be in action playing against the Buffalo Bills and his brother, James Cook. And Dalvin Cook is coming off shoulder surgery in February. And he still is not yet ready to practice. He's about a week away from practicing. But with the amount of time the Jets have to start the regular season, it won't be an issue. Plus, he's expected to become a first-time father any day now. So between that and the shoulder surgery, he gets a little extra rest. Deal is agreed to. He will be a New York Jet. and he'll be back in practice, I would imagine, at some point, maybe
I think
next week.
Calvin Ridley is going to be a really good receiver in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's tricky. I've been
Trevor Lawrence, I can see them averaging easily 90 yards a game.
Month and a half, you're going to see a heavy lean on Dalvin Cook.
Well, it wouldn't be easy, but you get what I'm saying.
I think at this point in their career, Brees Hall, the better player. So when he's back to 100%, I think he takes control down the stretch, and he's also a terrific receiver. So
Jacksonville going to take a real big lead.
We could be ranking in top 12, top 15 by midseason. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Maybe even top 5, because that's the path.
They won a playoff game last year.
Because after quite some time, going back and forth with the Patriots, he had a new.
Yeah, and this was a deal I think everybody's waited all along to see happen. And finally did today. Ezekiel Elliott on Saturday, July 29th. That night, he had dinner with Ramondre Stevenson, Mac Jones, amongst others. And there were people at that time who thought the deal was going to get done next. But Zeke deliberated, he wondered about it, and eventually the deal gets done now. Comes in there, compliments Ramondre Stevenson. He'll go back to wearing the same number 15 he wore at Ohio State. He cut off all his hair. He's got nice short hair for training camp. So he's got a new team, a new haircut, a new number, and the Patriots have a new running.
Mike, I'm envisioning the conversation between Zeke and Ramondre when something like this. I'm Zeke, you're Ramondre. Listen, I'm here to help you. I'm not trying to knock your value down too much. Maybe go from like RB10 to like RB15 in Mike Clay's projections. Is that about accurate? I think it's probably right. And then he was like, well, Field Yates wants to draft me in fantasy, so you can't really take away too many of my touches. So like, all right, we're good. So now we're good. I think that's kind of how that went. And that's projections follow suit, because I did move from Andre down a few spots because he could steal some goal line work, some short yard and stuff, do a little pass protection. That's fine. There's plenty of room to go around in this backfield that generally uses the running backs a lot in the passing game and, of course, on the ground at the goal line. So I feel fine about Ramondre. He's still a mid-range RB2.
Yeah, okay. So, and by the way, I had him like just ahead of the likes of Najee Harris and Aaron Jones and those types.
Same tier, right?
Now it's maybe the bottom of that tier as opposed to at the top of that tier. All off season, like we heard about people not wanting to pay running backs and how running backs have been valued. How are you approaching these old running backs who are so old they are 28?
I know, right? You know what's interesting is I feel like this could be, on top of all the other things we're talking about, could this be a year of turnover, a year of change at the running back position? Because over the last 5 seasons, there have only been 3 instances, 3 of a running back age 28 or older finishing top 15 in fantasy points. That's a 4% hit rate. So think about some of these backs. You see them on the screen here. 28 or older, Eckler, Henry, Aaron Jones, James Conner, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Zeke Elliott. And age 27, there's not too many of them either. CMC, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, all entering that conversation. This could be a big change. There's a lot of good young backs. I mean, if you want to, we talk about like Jefferson in the first round, these receivers going that direction and then going younger and going to a ton of under 24 lead backs in this league. I think it's a viable strategy. I believe more than ever.
You're picking one spot ahead of me in the draft. All right. You should probably avoid all those players at the top of that sheet.
Okay.
Channel. No Christian McCaffrey, no Austin Eckler for you.
4%. 4%. Why did they go? They're going to be long gone.
Probably the youngest running back in the NFL. He is all yours in the first round. Jonathan Taylor remains one of the mysteries in the NFL. We have the Zeke news. We have the Dalvin Cook news. We are still waiting on the development from Jonathan Taylor.
You know, here's the deal, Field. Essentially, if Jonathan Taylor spends this season in Indianapolis and doesn't get a new deal, I don't know where he's at. If he gets traded, he could be a top 5 pick. He could be a league winner.
Yeah.
So you're trying to figure out, is there any chance he's going to get traded when the Colts owner, Jim Irsay, has been adamant that we're not going to trade Jonathan Taylor? Is there any chance that they pay him, in which case he also would be a top 5 pick, which they haven't indicated that they would be wanting to do that? Or is it going to remain status quo?
Running back.
Remain status quo.
Best position in football.
You don't want to touch Jonathan Taylor from a fantasy standpoint because you don't know when you're going to see him, how much you're going to see him. It's a disaster for everybody, for him, for the Colts, for the people that draft him in fantasy football. So it's a tough spot. You're betting on the fact that this situation is going to be resolved if you're picking Jonathan Taylor high.
It feels very,
and we don't know where that's going right now. We just don't know.
It feels like a lot of bad blood between these two sides. Not to be overlooked here, Stefania. He is on the team. What's going on there?
Still because of the ankle residuals from the ankle injury from last year. But this is sort of why Jonathan Taylor is one of the running backs speaking up about the plight of running backs This is a guy who never missed time, never missed practice, never missed games, all the way up until last year when finally an ankle injury that he tried to grind through and play through.
Man,
cost him
woo
time. And
woo,
now
Wisconsin in the house.
Discussion. Now, Jonathan Taylor's season ended early because of the ankle. He then had an arthroscopic procedure on his ankle in January, which was a perfect success, and yet starts on the PUP list. I was a little surprised when he started out there, but we see that the picture is maybe a little bit more clouded than.
Ankle, contract that, this will be that.
Yeah, but that, again, I mean, I'm a running back apologist, but because these guys push through, they will play through. Josh Jacobs, he did. This is the problem, and it makes it hard to Jonathan Taylor, all of a sudden, if everything were smooth, like you said, I'm not worried about him from an injury standpoint. This is a guy who takes incredible care of his body. And like I said, forget the recency bias. He has a history like Christian McCaffrey did before he got hurt the first time, playing clean.
So if he were to sign a new deal, or if he were to get traded, again, he would vault to the top of your draft. Maybe not number 1 or 2, but within the top 5.
And it's funny, because easily be a top 5 running back.
I love the PlayStation controller. If you put your TV on mute, the controller does the main.
But it doesn't mean anything.
The volume that you want to hear, and it makes noise.
Well, this is a little trickier. I don't think he can really be traded because no team is going to trade for him when, number one, he'd have to sign the franchise tender, agree to be traded in that regard. And what team is going to give up that draft capital knowing that this guy is going to be a free agent after this year? So a trade is not a feasible scenario in this particular case. He's not under contract. He can just wait and pick a random date to be ready. So if we're going to establish over-unders somewhere between August 25th, September 5th, in that range, I would think you see Josh Jacobs come in, sign that franchise tender.
You have to show Smokey you loyal to her. Are you going to be loyal to Smokey?
Over $588,000.
Yeah, be loyal to Smokey.
A lot of money you walk away from when you obviously are looking at a big bag long term.
Smokey.
Or somebody.
Mabel going to be loyal to you.
Never a
She
question
loves
as
you.
it pertains to Travis Kelce. You're drafting him high. The question might be, how high is it worth it? If you take Travis Kelce, what do you do if you don't get the cheap star? We'll talk tight end. Come back.
I love you, Smokey. You know I love you. You the best, kitty.
When I go for a ride, no matter how perfect the momentum, the rotation, it all comes down to one thing. Tires you can trust.
Michelin, motion for life.
We're standing up for our right to be lazy.
By sitting down.
Everybody's that. Because we work hard. We want to relax hard. We, the lazy, are taking back lazy.
On our lazy boy furniture. Lazy boy. Long live the lazy.
One drop.
Gorilla Super Glue Micro Precise. Of course. Precise application. Controlled dispensing with Gorilla Strength. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
I'm currently out of the office, focusing on a little blue sky thinking. I'll be taking meetings with family and friends, and checking voicemail as my activities permit. I'll connect with you after reconnecting with me. Get 1.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,500 purchase allowance on the 2024 XT5 and XT6 when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Gross or black? Man, you're lucky. Watching live sports never used to be this easy. Now you can stream all your games for nothing. Yes! That's what I'm talking about! Running up and down that field looks tough. It's pitch.
Get way more into what you're into when you stream on the Xfinity 10G network.
The first time you connected your GoDaddy website and your store was also the first time you realized.
Well, we can do anything. Cheesecake cookies?
The cookie.
Manage all your sales from one place with a burner that always puts you first.
I don't know if I can win with
Start
the
today at
Superman
GoDaddy.com.
on the figure eight.
Our enemy's often unseen and unexpected. In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, The need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
It's a three-wheeler.
When you get my iPhone 14 Pro and iPad, make sure you get them on Spectrum Mobile, because you can take amazingly detailed photos using the 48 megapixel camera on iPhone 14 Pro, like that one. Then use Spectrum Mobile's super fast 5G network to send it to all of your friends. And you just sit back and let the comments roll in. 13 likes. Is there any? Oh, 3. 3 likes. Tough crowd. Get iPhone 14 Pro and iPad on Spectrum Mobile's powerful 5G network. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Different industries need different advertising. Spectrum Reach knows the difference. Data and insights that find your customers. Targeting capabilities across every stream.
Whoa.
Creative that resonates and cuts through the clutter. Measurable results that grow your business. Reach the right customers wherever they are, on every stream, for any industry. One advertising partner and done. Spectrum Reach.
He will be the best wideout in the league this season.
There are so many. He is the deepest position in fantasy by a mile.
Definitely is the most complete wide receiver in the NFL. Justin Jefferson for the touchdown! He's become I can go anywhere type of guy.
Jamar Chase's name is called when it's a play that needs to be made.
Maybe the most exciting young wide receiver in football. I watched Cooper Kupp elevate to a level of greatness that we didn't anticipate. Cooper Kupp, touchdown LA!
Devontae Adams, he's a true number one. I think he's the best receiver in the league.
How we feel that he's got to break the most with speed. When I look at Tyreek Hill on a football field, it is bright light. Back here on the ESPN Fantasy Football Marathon, Damian Woody joining us, another player. You talked a ton about this offseason. Von Diggs, he's currently the 6th ranked wide receiver. Do you think everything is resolved between he and the organization, or should we at all be concerned about the drama taking place in Buffalo?
Yeah, so I'm not even worried about the drama that's going on in Buffalo. They had all season plus training camp to resolve any issues. This is Josh Allen's number one main target. And one thing we know about Stephon Diggs, he's one of the best route runners that we have in our game. He's also a guy that scores a bunch of touchdowns. So look, we know that the Buffalo Bills have added targets, Dalton Kincaid in the draft, James Cook in his second year. But when it's all said and done, you're going to look at number 14 as the guy that's going to be the number one producer in this offense for the Buffalo Bills.
He has been a star for them over the past couple of seasons. Should continue going into 2023. For more thoughts on wide receivers, here's Daniel talking to him. Back with Mike Play now for our daily fantasy wide receiver preview for Week 1, brought to you by DraftKings and Mike Play. The wide receiver position. So many players to choose from, so many salaries. Give us a couple players. I think I want to start with Deebo Samuel here. Yeah, this was an easy one because, his head coach recently complained that he was sending him so many shirtless photos. You complain about that about me on the podcast all the time. So, of course, I'm going with Deebo Samuel. And also the price point is nice here, right? Yeah, 500. We're going to roll with that against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who, if you think about it, this is a really good defense, right? But last year, they allowed the highest yards per catch to wide receivers. Also, top 10 touchdowns allowed. That's a different season, but very similar defense to what we saw last year. So I like the situation for Deebo, who, last year, down here, fell off a lot, almost 8 touches per game. That's a big number. So if he plays better this year, I expect the fantasy production to bounce back. Love Deebo at this price point. I like those, the connection. We're just some guys that set to post shirtless photos. The only problem that I have is you don't send me enough shirtless photos. Okay, I can do more. You did a lot. Kyle Shanahan was complaining that I can do more. I can do more. I need some more. Give me another wide receiver, but we want to pay down a little bit. Well, we look at on this list. Yeah, I think my favorite Week 1 punt is TJ Chark. I always like former Detroit Lions, right? They used to play for the Lions, and now they're somewhere else. Look, 3,900. You look at where he is on this, like 58 in pricing at wide receiver for a guy who should be the #1 target right out of the gate, especially downfield for Bryce Young. Going up against Atlanta, obviously they struggled a lot against receivers. Last season, they do have A.J. Terrell. They traded for Jeff Okuda, another former D-Track. He's a little beat up right now, right? And then kind of unproven. So it's a secondary that still can be taken advantage of. I think Sharks in for a nice situation here in week 1.
Heck yeah, a couple of nice wide receivers. I have a feeling we're going to talk about a few more wide receivers a little bit later. But coming up, we'll talk tight ends and running backs. Don't go anywhere.
DraftKings is the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. And all fantasy players can play free with a $1 million top prize when you make your next deposit. Sign up with code MARATHON.
Shop Etsy's Labor Day sale and save up to 50% off on extraordinary home decor and furniture for staying in, like bedding, rugs, and chairs. Get great deals in spectacular style for going out, like jackets, sweaters, and hoodies, and thoughtful gifts they'll adore, like jewelry, toys, and glassware. The sale ends September 4th. Shop and save. Get up to 50% off home, style, and gifts on Etsy.com. Etsy has it.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
Need a clutch hit. Derek Jeter. Hang in there, rookie.
Yeah, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Total by Verizon is wireless that goes all in with our no contract unlimited plan for just $25 a line. Plus Disney Plus.
Now for a limited time, get a free Samsung Galaxy A13 5G when you switch.
Only at Total by Verizon.
Michelin equips more than 8 out of 10 electric vehicle manufacturers in the U.S. because game-changing cars deserve game-changing tires. Michelin, motion for life.
How can you fit on such a firm thing? Just another word for it, not as good as mine.
Save 50% on the Sweet Number limited edition SmartNet, plus 36-month financing on select SmartNets. Shop now, only Sweet Number.
When you drive a Ram, summer is more than a season. It's an opportunity to load up on more toys, to stop looking for fun and be the one who brings it, and to make every day even more inviting than the last. Make this the summer. You drive America's best light-duty pickup.
During the Ram Make This the Summer event, get 4,000 retail consumer cash allowance on most 2023 Ram 1500 trucks.
Isn't it absolutely bonkers that you can walk into a store, hand someone a piece of plastic, and they will willingly hand over Reese's cups? Forget flying cars. This is it. We're at the pinnacle. Don't try big cups. They're stuffed with more stuff. You know this.
Only a handful of people in the world can do it.
You could be the best, but it's dangerous.
These are incredible steps. You're going to be forced to make split-second decisions that could cost you your life. Get out! Whether you like it or not, you are in this race. Get out and fight!
Yes, sir. Ranch baseball based on true story.
I'm kind of in between opportunities at the moment.
Question: how do you instantly earn approval? ESPN Fantasy Football.
But I am the commissioner of my fantasy football league.
Impressive.
Thank you.
I wonder if we're now at a place where a really, really good tight end is the most valuable weapon you can have in an NFL offense. I don't know if there's anybody in the league that can line up and cover him consistently. Chelsea got it! Touchdown!
City. Jackson throws, end zone. Mark Andrews makes the catch, and he's in for the touchdown.
Hill was great run out the ditch. Get the ball in his hand.
And that drive is all stone cold Kittle. Tip cut, baby.
I think the Waller element is a big one.
Darren Waller.
Darren Waller, baby.
As good as any other person on that team.
DJ Hawkinson.
Back
want
with Mike
them up?
Money now for our daily fantasy tight end preview for week 1, brought to you by DraftKings. Mike, give us a couple players that we could use at the tight end position in our week 1 DFS.
Yeah, so we'll start with David Njoku here in Cleveland. And last year, he was good. He had kind of, had good performances before, but kind of his big breakout was last season, right? He was 7th on a points per game basis for the Browns. I thought this was interesting, right? The Browns offense didn't finish strong with Deshaun Watson under center, but in those 6 games, Njoku had a 21% target share for the full season. That was in top 5. That is big time usage. Also had his 2nd best game of the season against the Bengals. The defense very similar in Cincinnati this year. So Njoku just a little too cheap here. Ranked 11th on this slate of 2016. So a little too low for me. Like the value here in Njoku.
Yeah, and we were expecting a little bit more on the field from Deshaun Watson this year, so the joke question is going to get nice value. Let's say you didn't want to go this route. Let's say you wanted to find a different tight end. Give me another name that we can consider.
Yeah, but we stay at a loaded AFC North and go with Pat Fryermuth, who quietly had a really high floor, right? For he was unlucky in the touchdown department, only had 2 touchdowns. Probably based on his usage, should have been closer to 4, maybe 5. He had 7 as a rookie, so we know he has it in him, right? We expect a big leap from the quarterback for Kenny Pickett this season. So Fryermuth, though, he had last season 9 top 12 fantasy weeks. That's third most among tight ends. So if you're looking for kind of a high floor play as a gate this season, I really like Pat Fryermuth here. Again, I'm on the Kenny Pickett bandwagon. I think he breaks out this season. Really nice late round sleeper. Starts in week 1 with his tight end.
I am with you. A couple of nice tight end options here. 3 positions down, 1 left. We're talking running backs a little later in the show. Stick around with us.
DraftKings is the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. And all fantasy players can play free with a $1 million top prize when you make your next deposit. Sign up with code MARATHON.
Travis Kelce rules. Can't wait to hear running back thoughts from Daniel. We'll talk about Travis Kelce a little bit more. Last year, 71% of Kelce managers made the playoffs, and over 40% made the title game. That is 3rd. He's going 5th overall in all of fantasy. With question marks and surprises round out the top. And there's Travis Kelce right there and right here. You see our crew, Eric Moody, and Stop, Ron Bell. I'm Bill Gates there, picking 4th, 6th, and 7th respectively during our draft on Tuesday night. So Moody, we'll start with you. Yeah, pick 4th. Travis Kelce, the guy who's your pick.
Are you going to have me go through my strategy?
Correct. Wow. Yeah, just give it all to us, Eric. Come on, baby.
I could go Kelce. I could go Austin Eckler. He's there. I could go Christian McCaffrey. But I will give you this, though, Theo. I will not go with Kelce there. Probably be a wide receiver or running back. Wow, the anti-Kelce argument is yeah, and I'm just thinking, like, in round, 2 or 3, go with someone like Tony Pollard in round 2. He's definitely someone that will be on my radar. And you know what? I'm thinking in round 3, someone like Chris Olave. Someone who was one of 9 wide receivers last year that had at least 1,500 air yards, a 20% graded target share, and also 2+ yards per route run. So I have to keep some secrets, but I do still have to answer your question.
Okay. I don't know. You can toe that line masterfully, and you just did exactly that.
See, you're wondering, what am I doing? What am I doing? But me, I'm a transparent president. 24/7. I'm working. You know I'm working.
I'm confident enough that I'm not even worried if I give away my strategy that you guys can upset me or throw me off my game. I love the idea that Cooper Kupp is falling. Let that perception be out there because I will take him. Look, there might not be another athlete in the NFL who takes more care with his rehab and attention to detail than this guy. He's one of the very few come off an ACL surgery and have an incredibly productive season. I mean, basically one of the best seasons of his career. There's a reason for that. So this was a minor setback. I think he's approached it as he should, and when he's ready to go, which will be soon, by the way. We've seen him even before the season starts. I'm not worried about it.
Seems like the stronger case against Cooper Cup right now is not about the hamstring injury, it's that you think that the Rams team could fall out of contention and potentially turn the page towards 2024. That feels like a very unpredictable thing.
Also, by that time, I've probably won my league because.
Come on,
Think about it.
keep coming off of this moment.
Listen, by the time the Rams would make that decision, if they would, and by the way, they were in a similar situation not that long ago, and they really didn't do that. So I think that by the time they would be looking at doing something like that, Cooper Cup's already been valuable enough.
A little different because they actually have their first round pick this year for once. They're not trading it to the Lions. But still, well, it worked out for both teams. The Rams got the ring and the Lions are.
One more thing, but to the point of them not being that great, so who sees all the volume in that offense?
Oh, it's going to be a Cooper Cup show, maybe for the entire season. All right, Daniel, is there anybody that you Jefferson? Boy, hit first round.
Oh, no, you took me up for that.
Well, anyway, with the script, that's all I do is read the script. Are you avoiding anybody in round one or perhaps on the comeback in round two?
I'll tell you I'm avoiding in round one. No, it's actually the opposite of that. It's the best player in football. I'm not drafting Patrick Mahomes and his current ADP of like 12.8 in the first round or at the turn in the second round. That's too high for me. I don't need to take a quarterback that early. There's a lot of really good quarterbacks in today's team. I'd rather grab one of these running backs or wide receivers, get somebody else here in the first round, and guess what? Maybe I'll grab a Jalen Hurts in the third, or like a Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow in the fourth. Plenty of options. Don't need to go Patrick Mahomes in the first.
As somebody who's from Massachusetts and grew up and playing fantasy leagues, people that took Tom Brady every year first overall, that's the reason why the ADP for the top quarterback in the game has I mean, that is just ridiculous. Skyrocketed to 14.0 overall. Don't take a quarterback that early, my friend. But what you should do is draft more teams. Take a look at how high we are in our drafted team count right now. I see 1.25825. Wow, that's a ton of teams that have already been drafted. Join the party. Be a part of our march to 2 million drafted teams for fantasy football now. Thumbs up. Right around the corner, we're going to talk to Joe Burrow, who left training camp early for the Bengals. He was carted off, the calf injury. We'll tell you whether or not you should be concerned. You can dive in. Joe Cool and more.
Total by Verizon is wireless that goes all in with our no contract and unlimited plan for just $25 a month. Plus Disney Plus. Now for a limited time, get a free Samsung Galaxy A13 5G to use it. Only at Total by Verizon.
I started Folds of Honor to help the families of fallen veterans. Today, we celebrate over 44,000 scholarships given to those families. Service never stops, and neither will we. You plan to play the tattoos?
We've got your back, Road Warriors, because we know you're picking up the pace. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road. And we are helping you get there with confidence. So skip the counter without missing a beat. Choose any car in the aisle and be the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
If you just set out to build an electric car, that's all it will ever be, an electric car. But the Polestar 2 is something more. Every detail designed to be quietly distinctive. Polestar 2, the way electric cars should be. Visit Polestar.com to test drive and order today.
These days, it seems like everything is vying for your attention. There are tons of trending dances to discover on social media, and there's even this. The easiest way to book an exam at America's Best. Get 2 pairs and a free exam for $79.95. Book your exam today.
So much anticipation for this fight. This is unbelievable main
Now through September, buckle up because at Potawatomi, it's all systems go. Win a luxury all-electric BMW i7. Play with your club card to earn Thursday drawing entries. There's a shocking $800,000 in total prizes on the line. Then get charged up for the September 28th grand finale drawing and your shot at the BMW i7. Electrify your drive. Only at Potawatomi.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. I hope I made fresh for you today. It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, Culver's Generation.
There you go. Yo, lean. Mabel. Smokey. Come here.
Not striving for
Where's Smokey?
championship for perfection. What you do it for?
So Buffalo views him as a runner. He's the most indefensible quarterback in football. Lamar Jackson is so many focused on winning. And I believe having a guy like that who purely wants to prove that he can win in this league is going to be huge for the team offensively. Always comes the quarterback in the approach. The start of a fantasy football draft season. Let's keep usually discuss Joe Burrow. What's going on?
So, if you saw the replays of him on Friday night when the Bengals were playing the Green Bay Packers, you saw a lot. Now, I know caps can be temperamental and tricky, and they nag and they lag. I got all that. But just take a look at the highlights of Joe Burrow that day. I watched the way he ran across the field. I watched the way he threw the football. And I saw everything that I needed to know that when the Bengals open their season in less than 4 weeks, one way or another, he's going to be out there. Now, that doesn't mean that he'll be full health. Doesn't mean he can't suffer a reactivation, but he will be out there on opening day.
Hey, that's good news there on Joe Burrow. Take a look at some of the quarterback rankings that Joe Burrow slots right in at number 5 amongst quarterbacks. That's behind the big four. Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Lamar Jackson. Justin Herbert, meanwhile, is in there at number 7. Feel like those impossible passes you see on social media sometimes. Bench, cut, start. It's like the 3 best players in all the NFL. Fire them all. Right. I'll take all of them. I'm going to put you in your spot and send it. Burrow, Justin Herbert. You guys drafted in the same class. Burrow recently got paid. Burrow get paid soon enough. So I'm going to pick Burrow, but I think the gap might be closer than we think. I mean, and this might surprise you because last year I felt like Burrow kind of took the next step forward, and Herbert was a little disappointing based on his ADP, right? Well, last year Burrow had 9 top 10 fantasy weeks. Herbert had 8, and his rushing was, or his passing was terrific, right? He had him and Burrow, high volume, high production. The difference was rushing. For sure, think about this, comparing 2021 to 2022. Joe Burrow, I like math, right? Play around. I mean, you like 5. We learned earlier. I like math. I like a little bit, but I have some numbers for you here. Burrow increased his rushing fantasy points last year by 32 points. Herbert lost 34. You add that difference together, that's a rib injury. He had a rib injury. Right. The difference there is 66 points. The difference between those two last year, total fantasy points, was 69 fantasy points. That nice covers pretty much the whole thing. So the question is, will Herbert, I hope he ever run the ball more this season? If he does, the gap could be a lot closer. That's the difference. You have these things. Okay, by the way, Justin Herbert was quarterback 2 years ago. Like the idea of him being better than Joe Burrow for a full season is not at all. That's very difficult. That's not that difficult to see at all. But look at the quarterbacks, right? 11, 20, Tyson Jones, who was under by low. Aaron Rodgers, 4-time MVP. All the way down at the board, at the bottom of that board, you see Kyler Murray, number 20. Stefania, we haven't seen a ton from Kyler Murray. That includes like a ton of Kobe. He was basically making on the field a couple days ago.
By the way, if everybody who was commenting on that post, I felt bad for Kyler Murray. That's actually a monitor, so they're looking at like what he's doing and it's taking all this stuff.
Right. Yes, they're also looking a lot covering the thighs, like just a lot of Kyler out there for the world to see. What are the prospects of Kyler returning at some point this season?
Well, I don't think we fully know. Listen, people forget how late his injury was. He's 14, and we talk about ACL injuries like they're all the same. They are not. You look at when it happens during the seasonal calendar. He did not have his surgery until January. He originally said he would like to be back by week 1. That was his goal. That would have been 8 months post-surgery, definitely early, especially for the type of quarterback he is. Another thing that can influence when he returns. He's not a tree trunk standing in the pocket. This is somebody who needs to scramble and demonstrate agility, and all of those things are a little bit more complex in terms of return. So I don't know. He said he's not putting a timeline on it, and I think that's smart.
It seems to be a lot of caution coming out of there. And so I hear respondents say that, and I'm just throwing this out as hypothetical, knowing nothing to prove it. But you get into a start where they're 1 in 5, 1 in 6.
I know where you're going.
And he's ready, let's say he's ready midway through the season. Okay, how motivation to bring it back? Motivation to bring it back?
I'll give you an argument for what is the motivation to bring it back. Because imagine you're trying to get over this injury and become who you were. And now somebody says you're not playing for another year. That's actually very hard on the mental aspect of return. If you're physically ready to return, you want them to keep moving towards that target.
I think all about to know is his motivation. Right.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And their motivation is they have a new general manager and a new head coach that didn't draft him. Veteran line that two number 1 picks. That could have been number 1 overall pick.
Who is going to be their trade partner when they win a season again?
It's a boring night. Anyways, get the word out, vote for Pusa. Gonna be president. Gonna lose some weight as well. Get a haircut and shave. Then we get a job. I'm gonna be the president. I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much.
And one of the scenarios would be that we don't see him for a while. But when I for a full year try to potentially win